somebody's kisses like yours.
So here you performed at the Bluebird Cafe, and it was one of your dreams come true. Would you like to share a bit about that?
Yeah, well, it came about when we went on a family holiday, and when we were planning the trip, I said to Mum, can we please go to Nashville, because I really want to sing at the Bluebird Cafe, because that's where Taylor Swift was discovered. And she's like, oh, we'll have to see, we'll sort it out, give it a few months when we plan it all. And so it was a huge dream of mine to be able to sing where Taylor Swift was discovered, because she's one of my idols, as well as Ed Sheeran and Jessie J and all that. And so when we got there, the morning after we got there was the day that I had to go and perform. And it was a big shock, because I emailed them earlier before we went on the trip to see if I could get a certain spot, I was going to sing, if I would be able to know that I would be singing. But they said, nah, people come around from around the world just to sing at the Bluebird Cafe. So I was like, oh, so it's kind of a long shot, but give it a try. And so the morning I woke up, I had no voice, and I was so disappointed because I couldn't sing. And so I was a bit nervous about that, because I didn't know how I was going to do it, and if I'd even be able to get the shot to sing. And so it was kind of up in the air about, should we really bother, or should we just let it go? And I really wanted to do it, and I was like, well, it's a big dream of mine, and if it doesn't go that great, oh well, kind of thing, because it's a dream that I'm fulfilling. So I decided that I wanted to go. So we were lining up in the line. There were about 50 people, and I was freezing cold. It was like -3 degrees, sitting in the cold. My family went over to get some dinner in some other restaurant while I was sitting in the cold, just waiting in the line. And I was waiting there for about an hour or two, and I was coughing, and I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? I don't have a guitar, I don't have any, my voice isn't working. And went in, signed up, and went in, and your name gets picked out of a hat. So they do it just before you start, and they pick out the lineup, so then the people that didn't get in can leave. And there were only 16 spots, and there were 50 people, so I was kind of like, oh no, I'm not going to get it. So I was sitting there, and they're calling out the names, and got to 32, and they said Tiffany Jade, and I was so happy. I was like, yay, I actually get to do this. Now I need to focus on trying to get my voice back. So I was taking some Panadol and stuff, and just trying to get my throat to feel better and everything. And then I had to try and find a guitar, and this nice guy named Chuck Elliott, and he lent me his guitar, and I was pretty happy about that, and got up there and sang my song, and I was just hoping that it was going to be alright. And then I finished the song, and everybody just stood up and was just going, woo, just screaming really loud. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Are they just screaming really loudly, or is that just me? And walked off the stage, and I said to Mum and Dad, oh, was that applause really loud, or was that just me? And they were like, no, it was loud. And then Chuck said to me, oh, I was giving him back his guitar, and he said, can you sign it? And I was like, oh, you're funny. Is that a joke? Or? And he's like, no, seriously, can you sign it? Does anybody have a pen? I was like, you actually want me to sign your guitar? He's like, yeah. And we couldn't find a pen, and he goes, oh, then can you just scratch it in? I was like, oh, okay. But we ended up finding a pen, and yeah, I got to perform my song, and I fulfilled a dream, and it was amazing. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my goodness, I've just sung at the Bluebird Cafe where Taylor Swift has been discovered and many other artists, and I have been there. I have performed there, and it was quite a big dream of mine to fulfill.